It is so good to see you.
And I can see your
We are
face.
socially distanced. All is good.
And it is so good to be back in the theater again. We haven't been here for,
It's like 6 months, right?
yeah.
We closed these doors back in March as the rest of the city did. And I can't tell you, it feels really good to be back at the theater again.
And we're here because we're so excited to actually announce a season that we're doing. And Vinny, I hear it's a big anniversary.
We are celebrating 30 years of playmaking in Baltimore, and it's so nice to welcome you, Marissa, our new managing director, and it's just nice to be able to be together.
It is.
And we wish this for you too.
And what we know is that we are ready to be safe, to keep it simple, and to keep it flexible to be able to welcome all of you back. Well, Vinny, enough talk. I can't wait to hear what actually is a part of this season.
Oh my God, we have so much in store. It's unbelievable. Right now, we're working on all kinds of digital programming to offer our patrons in case they can't come to the theater or they just want more. And part of it will be included in your subscription. Part of it can be something you add on. We're doing radio plays, readings of new work that we think our patrons would be really interested in. We're doing interview series, behind the scenes stuff. We're even doing podcasts. There's a lot of really fun things in the works. That's what we're doing so that we can make sure we can bring Everyman to you. Now, let's go to the artistic team and find out what's cooking on stage at Everyman. Hi, Paige. Hi, Noah.
Hello, and hello, everyone.
Age.
Good to see you. We're here to talk about next season in a COVID world where we get to bring people together when it's safe, and when people don't feel safe coming to the theater, we're going to bring the theater to them through digital programming. So I thought, what excites you about next season, just in general, Paige?
I think what excites me most about next season is the access. There's going to be different points of accessibility for our patrons and our audiences where we can still stay connected with all of you. And access can look like whether something's virtual or you listen to something or watch. There'll be all different types of access.
How about you, Noah?
I'm particularly excited about the new resonance these wonderful stories are going to have. I just feel it's going to be so moving when we're all together telling these stories about heartbreak and connection and celebration and love, and our new world will bring those themes even closer to us.
I think so too. I feel like we have such a wide range of stories, and some are really serious, and some are funny, and some are new, and some are old, and the playwrights just excite me. And then we have new company members to introduce to people, and I think, they're just going to go crazy for that. So why don't we talk about the plays? Paige Hernandez has directed not one, not two, but all three of the Queen's Girl plays, right? Most of you as subscribers have seen Queen's Girl in the World and Queen's Girl in Africa, and then Everyman commissioned the amazing, incredible Colleen Sinnott Jennings, playwright of both of those plays, to write the third and final play in the Queen's Girl trilogy. It's called Queen's Girl, Black in the Green Mountains. Paige, what was that like to direct the two and really influence the third one as well?
Yeah, it was tremendous. I feel like this is one of the most special and unique trilogies. I've never seen anything like it. A trilogy about the true life story of our playwright, Colleen Sinnott Jennings, performed by Black women. And the fact that Everyman's done them all, and that one was commissioned and fits perfectly here at Everyman, and also happens to feature a brand new company member, Felicia Curry, I think it's pretty spectacular. It's a huge feat, and we don't talk about it enough.
It's also remarkable to see this character sort of grow through the civil rights movement, and her discoveries through that, and how she is impacted by the events around her. It's really chilling to kind of revisit those plays now, and so empowering too. I love that.
Yeah, so the timeliness is still there. And to really see this character, Jacqueline Marie Butler, come into her own specifically in this piece.
Let's talk about the next play up, Molly Smith Metzler's amazing comedy, Cry It Out. Noah, you want to talk a little bit about this play?
Yeah, so Vinny, you and I saw this play at Humana with a couple of our board members a few years ago, and it is this really universal, touching story about these neighbors who meet in their yard every day, but come from different class subsets of life, and how they are brought together through their nap time of their babies.
And their desperate need for connection with a fellow adult who's going through the same thing. I had no idea what kind of isolation being a young mother could provide. The relationship these three women have is just hilariously funny and heartwarming. It's really great.
Yeah, I really enjoy the authenticity behind this because I think that Molly Smith Metzler really captures the honesty and the really frankness of what it means to be a young mother.
These characters don't exist in the American canon of theater, but in this play, it's kind of the first time we've really, so it's a joy. I mean, you're going to love this play. If you haven't seen it, you're going to love it. You know, Paige, you want to talk a little about Berta Berta?
I would be happy to.
Oh my God.
This is probably hands down one of my favorite new plays, as well as Angelica Cherie being one of my favorite new playwrights. She writes in this style that is all at once epic and mysterious and full of ritual and spirituality. There's a brevity in her writing, and it's a love story at the center of it all. I can't say enough great things about Berta Berta, and the fact that, yes, it's written and based on the famous work song Berta Berta, which we all know from August Wilson's piano lesson. The inspiration as well as the work are just tremendous.
It's thrilling. This will be the second production, and I'm excited to see all the work she's done on it to sort of heighten the themes and compress it even further.
I haven't seen a play with such high stakes and such deep levels of passion. Anyway, audiences are going to go nuts. They're just going to go nuts.
And that's also in our new space, right?
Yeah, upstairs in the new space. So I just, it's intimate, it's fabulous. You are really going to love this. I also, another playwright who is a giant in my eyes, Dominique Morisseau, right? MacArthur Genius Award winner, has written this play Pipeline that might as well have been written for Baltimore. I mean, it punches you right between the eyes. And then when it's done, it sort of punches you in the gut too, because you feel so much for this mother, Naya, who's just trying to do the right thing by her son. And no matter what she does, this is an educator. This woman is smart, and her husband has resources, and they're doing everything to do the best thing for their son. And this pipeline that many, many know about, from schools to prison, is you see it happening before your very eyes in this play. If these two people can't save this kid, nobody can, right? It's unbelievable.
Just the fact of what you were saying, Vinny, that there's a crossroads that's really present. It's kind of that moment, that inciting incident where your life changes and where things are different. I think Dominique just does a fantastic job of making sure that we are on the edge of our seats, where we get to see what happens to these characters.
And then sort of on the other end of the spectrum, we have the delightful, delirious adaptation of Sense and Sensibility by Kate Hamill, who just, has so much fun with this adaptation. Noah, what are your thoughts when you think about this piece?
Yeah, I love how bold it is. I love how theatrical it is. It's it's 10 actors all coming together playing multiple characters. I love the psychological immediacy of these sisters. They have these awful circumstances that they have to make the best of and find romance, and one thing after the other, obstacles get in their way. And I love how this adaptation sort of subverts what we may think of as the quiet temperament of a Jane Austen novel.
It's like a period rom-com, I mean, with language though, and style, and the cast is so wonderful. I can't wait. It's a lot of resident company members doing what we love to do, putting on the period clothing and looking at this through a fresh new lens. This is going to be one that people are going to want to come and come again, no matter who you are, I think. Then we're going to close the season out with an audience favorite that we've never done at Everyman in our whole 30 years. The Wonderful Steel Magnolias, written by Robert Harling. Steel Magnolias, I mean, it's become such an iconic play and film. And we think of it, with some of the big personalities of the actresses who played in the original and, iconic screen moments and, these 6 amazing women from Louisiana who come together to the same hair salon to celebrate the wedding, of one of their daughters. And it's, getting ready for the wedding. And you realize how deep their relationships are. I feel like, beauty salons are a place where all different walks of life can come together, different races, ages, socioeconomic backgrounds, and they come together just as women in a community. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry. All the big moments are sort of condensed into this play. It's beautiful, right?
Yeah, and this is the play that really features friendship. I think it's a really nice way to kind of round out the season when you look at all the different themes that we're going through. And absolutely, to be able to set it in a beauty salon is the perfect scenario for everyone from all different walks of life to meet. And I think that the audience will really be interested in seeing the adaptation for stage for this, which is so fascinating.
I think this one is particularly known for those brilliant wisecracks and one-liners and that sharp, sharp wit. But I think our audiences are really going to be surprised by the really well of emotion underneath it, the laughter through the tears, I think is what the character says.
We know them. We know who these people are. We recognize them. It's a real sense of community, and that's what I want. We miss our family, our Everyman family, extended right down to every last one of them. So hopefully for the 30th anniversary, we'll be able to come together again and celebrate theater, right? You guys, it's so great to be with you again. And right now, I'm going to throw it back to Marissa to take us home.
Thank you so much, Vinny, Paige, Noah. It's so exciting to hear all of that art. And as we talk through all the art, let's talk about how we're actually going to see it. So this season, we're really focusing on 3 words that is our commitment to you. It's safety, simplicity, and flexibility. We've, at this point, I think, been in hundreds of conversations about how we're going to make as safe of an environment as possible. So within the theaters, we've removed every other row of seats, including the very front row, so that we maximize that distance between the audience and the actors on stage. We've also added barriers between seating groups so that you have a physical barrier between the next party. We're also looking at traffic patterns in the lobbies so that we can make sure that social distancing is possible. And we're adding touchless fixtures to all the restrooms and that ever important airflow conversation. So we are making adjustments on the HVAC to make sure that we have as much outside air flowing in through the theaters and in the lobbies as possible. So let's move into simplicity and flexibility. We know, if we've learned nothing else in 2020, that things will change. And that includes your mind and your comfort level, and that's okay. We want to have a subscription package that is here for you and ready to meet you wherever you are. So if you're ready to come back as soon as we can gather again, we'll be here for you. We'll have shows on stage. If you know you want to come back, you're just not sure exactly when or how, it's okay. We've got a package for that too. If you know you're just not going to be able to step foot in Everyman until there's a vaccine, but you still want the art, we'll figure out how to bring it to you. We want to take the art and meet you exactly where you are and however you want to be able to join us.
Marissa, that sounds like such an exciting season. You have all these different choices for our patrons.
We do. Well, we've got to match the choices of packages with the choices of the art. There's so much to choose from and so many ways for you to come back and join us.
Come join us. We miss you.
Can't wait to see you.